part of me wondered if I didn't really care for the Great Wife Hope because I don't care for fighting. I'm really not that bothered, by which I mean I actually can't stand it. So when I was watching this episode of The Simpsons, I thought, maybe it's just not for me, but actually it's got 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb. That's across 1.3 thousand reviews and ratings, so it definitely doesn't seem to be one that people are loving. This is the third episode of the 21st season of The Simpsons, directed by Matthew Faughnan and Mike B. Anderson, and Marge ends up being challenged to compete in Ultimate Fighting, and if she wins, the owner of the fighting ring will agree to close it down. And I didn't care. And I really didn't care for the narrative. It's not interesting. There's not really a subplot, so even when that was boring, there was something else for me to enjoy. And I think the reason there wasn't really a subplot is because the whole family were involved in this, with obviously everybody having different opinions about whether Marge should go ahead with it, and of course whether Marge will succeed or not. But I didn't care. And as I said, I thought maybe it was just because I really, really do not care about fighting. But yeah, it seems like it's not the most well received either. It was just so slow and really dull, and nothing happened, and I didn't care for it. I will say the fighting ring is well animated. The stadium design is pretty good, and we had quite a lot of the Simpsons, well, the Springfield residents in this. So it was full on in that regard. Well animated and definitely a great cast of supporting characters. But beyond that, I just found it to be so dull. Maybe that's mostly, because I don't care about fighting. So I'd love to know what you think of it, particularly if you like fighting. If you watch fighting, did you love this? Or was it still a disappointment? It's one of those episodes, there are very few of them, but it's an episode I would skip. If I was binge watching season 21, which I'm sure I will do in the future, I would skip it. Definitely didn't enjoy it, apart from, the few positive things I've mentioned. There really wasn't anything about the Great Wife Hope that I found to be very good at all.